Hello everyone, my name is Videlina and I'm presenting and co-founder of the holistic program for mothers and women. And I'm so happy to present to you today our guest speaker and holistic therapist, pelvic therapist, Katharina Mann. Very welcome, warm welcome to Katharina Mann, and thank you so much that you really give energy and time for this program and for women to bring them the ease and to connect them to their true power. So welcome.
Thank you, Videlina. I'm glad to be here.
I'm happy you're the only one pelvic therapist, holistic pelvic therapist in Germany, and this is very impressive. How many female customers you're able to handle, and that you're also holistic therapist in general, and you work also with homeopathy and phytotherapy. You do massages and live arbeit, and the reason why we invited you to the program holistic pelvic therapist. I would like to ask you a few words about yourself, if you would like to present yourself to the women.
Okay. Yeah, as you said, I'm a holistic pelvic therapist. I'm working under a Heilpraktiker license in Germany. It's like a naturopath, and I'm doing homeopathy and phytotherapy and other body work as well. And I'm a mother, and so this program is very dear to my heart because I really think that we as women birth the new generation, and so I'm very glad to support this program with my knowledge and everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, because you are also so open and enthusiastic, and you just joined, and I learned about you actually from innate tradition, and then I went to Institute of Birth Healing, and from there I learned also about the intensive work of Tami Kent, and then I found you, I researched about you, and in our class of innate traditions we were 3 women from Berlin, and when we met together, and we all knew about you, even though we haven't met you in person. And we were like, yeah, we must go to this woman, and we must always recommend, because actually they had already heard very good feedbacks about your work. And afterwards, I had experience that client who went to you, and she had amazing experience after your session, because her energy, she was with so much anxiety, and she was amazed. I was amazed that she was transformed after your work, and she spent really intensive time with her, and I could really see the difference. Just a person who is full-time anxious, and then suddenly to come with another energy and vibe and really centered, it meant a lot. And then I knew, okay, this is the woman, so to recommend and to work with further. Yeah. So I have prepared some questions that we introduce your work and the reason why you are here in this program. So we as women, we are recommended to visit gynecologists once per year for prevention. But what is exactly holistic pelvic therapy?
Yeah. So everything about those two things are very different. So that there's so holistic pelvic care is about self-empowerment, I think, and this is, I think, at the core of it. We go to gynecologists and they have their program, like checking our health, seeing to certain parameters, doing pap tests, or if there's any pain or so, they probably do like smears, see whether there's bacteria, fungi, or maybe if there's some hormonal things, then they might recommend the pill or something like that. But this is all in the approach very hierarchical, I think. I'm of course making a generalization here because but historically, the whole medical system is not meant to empower women, right? So but also people as a whole. But we see that especially in gynecology, I think that there's only so many different things that they recommend, and they're always hierarchical. So you're getting something, you're getting some treatment from above, and this leads to like a feeling of being disempowered, or like, okay, I have to do this, and if this doesn't work, what's wrong with me, right? And so holistic pelvic care is very different in the approach, in that we want that the patient is in the center. So we as practitioners don't say we know the way to your health. We know like a roadmap. We're your guides. We want to like ask the right questions and point you in the right direction for you to look, but we don't know what your way to perfect pelvic health is, right? So that's how the whole approach is different. So, and holistic pelvic care comes from physiotherapy in the root, but it's also very grounded in energy work. So there's like a part fascial massage, trigger point, and a whole evaluation of the pelvic floor that we also find in physiotherapy. But there's also the energy work, and that is like also a very important part.
Especially for women, because we live with this energy and we need to be connected to it and to be aware about it. It's very interesting because the pelvic is, I think it's one very such a special area of creativity, and we miss something about it. We are not really aware about how powerful this area is and how to protect it. And women are the whole time in some fields of different transmitting energies and influences, and we don't realize how actually we are open to all these influences, and this is damaging our life and our process of creation afterwards for our thoughts and feelings and the life afterwards. So I would like to ask you, what do we miss, or what is the point that we miss as women and humans, and we have ignored about the purpose of the pelvis?
So the pelvic space, that's like not a really new realization, but a very old one, is actually like the energy center of the human body, not only the female body, but the human body. We see that in other, like maybe Eastern traditions. There's the hara in Japanese culture, or I think the lower dantian in Chinese medicine. But this is the pelvic space is like the energetic chemical space of our body, where different energies come together and they are like stored. So and that's why we can also access it through therapy, or to connecting through the space, right? We're like a tree of life that draws from all different energies, but they come together in our center. And this is something that we have to also realize, that women do that especially because they also have like a physical space where they alchemize in pregnancy. So there's like the earth energy, for example, that we draw from our root, and the airy inspirational energy that we draw through our sky roots, and also other different dichotomies that we alchemize in our center. So this is why this is so important. And in holistic pelvic care, we also say for women, this is our medicine bowl, because this is where get our wisdom from, and this is where we know, like we have this knowledge, this knowing how to make everything whole again, right? For us and for the world, for everybody. So this is something that has like been forgotten for a long time, but this knowledge is coming back now.
Yeah.
And this is just something that we have to realize. And many women who come to me, they realize that they're not connected to this. So because there's also a lot of trauma and pain from this disconnect that we made stored there.
Yeah.
So this is like reinforcing our disconnection. But if we open up to this again, then we can heal it and transform it, and we'll be much more powerful in that way. So.
Oh yes. Oh yes. This is when women will step in their real true power and not through just outer conditions, regulations, or the women are meant to be the same or so on. It's completely different. Our nature is so deep, and we need to go back. And I believe that this knowledge is so deep in ourselves, and we just need to go to be rooted to it again. Then the most exciting part is also that your participation in this program. Would you like to share about what have you prepared for the women and women who want to connect consciously to the process of birth, this ritual of sacred life coming to earth?
Yeah, so what I think we'll talk about is like the energetics of the pelvic bowl and how we can access it, and how it is significant in pregnancy. And there's a couple of different things that I want to talk about. One is the birth field, energetics of the birth field, and the importance during pregnancy and birth that I want to explain and get into, and also do exercises to embody this. And then the other thing that I want to teach you is a vaginal self-massage, because not everybody can come to me here in Berlin or has a practitioner close by. And pelvic vaginal self-massage is also a technique that can really ground us into the root. So, and there's I want to teach you that and how to do it, and resources all around this. And I'll do all this via embodiment exercises. I think we'll maybe do like an oracular journey into our pelvic bowl, and I'll do some storytelling probably. There'll be question answer times, and of course you get resources from me, and this will have a good time there.
Yes, it sounds very exciting, and I'm so looking forward for this program to run, and that women experience and come back to their power and center and really shift their energies. And once they're rooted through your help and guidance, that they start to practice these things on a daily basis and be always focused on that they have the power to create and to transform. And yes, thank you so much for today, for this introduction.
Yes.
We're going to start in September this program, so stay tuned to follow us on Instagram and send us your questions if you have some. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.